Okay, I think we can get started. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you find yourself today. My name's Hugh Peterson. I'm the product manager for Standard Imaging's DoseView Phantoms, the 3D and the 1D, as well as our PIPS Pro software and daily QA beam checker device as well. Today, I want to just give a kind of a brief overview. It's just kind of a light touch on the new software for our DoseView 1D Water Phantom. If you're interested in a deeper dive, please feel free to check our website. You can get in contact with your regional representative, and we can certainly set up a more in-depth um, demo for you for sure. But here at Standard Imaging, we'd like to say it's your time. Be precise, and we try to make things to make the physicist's life a little easier. So we know it's been a very trying 18 months or so, and during these times, we know that cancer affects your family, your coworkers, your friends in so many different ways, and we really are proud to be a group that offers a good full package of radiation calibration and QA instruments, and partnering with you in precision. So just a few of the faces at Standard Imaging. A little bit of housekeeping today. Today's webinar will be recorded. You'll get a link for the recording emailed to you if you want to revisit the recording, or you want to share it with colleagues who were not able to attend today. You will be on mute. It's just easier that way for the number of people on the webinar. But there is a question dialog box. If you have any questions, I can address those at the end. Just a little bit more about Standard Imaging. We were incorporated in 1989, so we're well over 30 years experience. We're based in Middleton, Wisconsin, just outside of Madison. And that picture, middle of July, was taken about a week and a half ago. We're still snow on the ground. No, just kidding. That was actually a winter shot. And you can see one nice thing about Standard Imaging. We're a very green company. We utilize solar panels for energy to keep green, and then we also have a system for heating, the geothermal heating for our building and cooling as well. So we just try to stay green, and have won a number of awards as a green company. We also design and manufacture a full suite of QA products for radiation therapy, not only our software and our water phantoms, but other phantoms, our Lucy Phantom for stereotactic, which is a industry-leading stereotactic phantom. A daily device, as I had mentioned. We've got our Adaptivo and LINAC-View software for patient QA, our X-ray line of ion chambers from our smallest 0.007 cc micropoint chamber up to our very large spherical chambers for atmospheric environmental measurements, and a whole host of products in between. But today I want to talk about our DoseView software for our 1D scanning. Basically, we've completely rewritten the software. We integrated it with our DoseView 3D software, so it utilizes a lot of that functionality, which our users like very much, because it's an easy yet comprehensive software. It gives you all the tools you need for your scan measurements, and it utilizes a powerful web-based layout of the DoseView software as well. And so now we have a single software package to perform all those water phantom operations, both three-dimensional and one-dimensional, available in one package. Integrating with existing equipment of ours and equipment you may have, our DoseView 1D water phantom, which comes in two different sizes. We've got a smaller tank and a larger tank. Has a integrated 3-point leveling in the scanning arm that you can easily set up and use to make sure that your precision is there as far as your level and tracking of the system. It can be utilized with both our Supermax electrometer and our Max 4000 and our Max 4000 Plus electrometers as well. So those integrate with the software and allow you to make those automated measurements. So again, like I mentioned, it's an easy to use web-based software, very easy, familiar left to right, top to bottom navigation. We like to say there's no hidden features. Everything is kind of at your fingertips for the software. You don't have to go digging for different functions and different capabilities within the software. We have a very intuitive menus for scan, queue setup, for measurement and analysis. And I'll kind of touch on those in a few minutes as we kind of do a run through the software. But as far as the 1D software goes, we've got very fast queue setup for your depth scans for all energies and modalities. So whether it's triple F or whether it's electron or photon, we can handle all those accordingly. We have the ability to do your conversions from your depth scans, not only to dose but also export to your PDD tables. You have a selectable point, or a force point, I should say, at Dmax, which if you're running a path in your scanner that will not necessarily hit that Dmax point, you can force a measurement at Dmax, and then that path will return to the set numbers that you have. And then we also have a component in there now for single point measurements, so for doing your monthly quick point measurements as well. So let me jump out of here, and we'll jump into the software, and we'll go from there. Let me just go back to our front page. So this is your splash screen here, showing you that you can enter either into the DoseView software for the 3D Phantom or for the 1D. In this case, obviously, like I mentioned, we're doing the 1D, so I'll jump into there. This is your main setup screen. Very clean, very easy. You can add your different clinics and your different machines very easily, your clinic name, locations, etc. Jumping into adding a machine, just click on what specific clinic you have. You can see what machines are already listed there. Right now you can see I have a TrueBeam, and I also have it set up for a couple different energies, 6 MV and 9 electrons. But you can easily add new ones as well, and you can add those different energies also for the specific Linux. Very quick and easy setup. Same with the detectors, the different detectors you may use. Here I've got 3 different detectors or 4 different detectors set up already. I've got an A18, our micro chamber A26, our scanning chambers A28s. So you can put that data in there as well very easily, and just with the detector name, the model type, whether it's a cylindrical or parallel plate or diode or other. Nice thing about that too is with the diode or the other chambers, such as our scintillation detectors, our W1 and W2, where bias is not needed. There's built-in protections where if you have a diode selected, it will not let you turn the bias on, so you won't have to worry about blowing out that front end of your electrometer or damaging your detector. Things like that. You can enter in your inner diameter. That comes in handy when you're doing your dose conversions later on. So that's something you can do as well when you're adding the detectors. Electrometers as well. You can enter in your different electrometers that you're using, either Max or Supermax or our Max 4000 Plus. I'm going to skip over the scan queues here real quick and just jump over to preferences. This is where you can set up your preferences for your time formats, your date formats, your decimal separators depending on your regions, and your CSV delimiters too, how they are separated within the CSV files for your exports. Jumping back to our scan queues, this is something that a lot of users have liked very much in our 3D Phantom as far as that side goes. Very easy scan queue setup. Kind of run through that real quick for you. You can see here, it kind of gives you a visual thing set in gray and mentioned is not set. You just need to jump in, give it a name, choose your different your mediums, whether you're measuring water or air, the type of modality you're doing. Let's do some 9 MeV electron measurements. And choose my energies. You have a number of different set here. You can set different ones too if you want. say 4 MeV, you can add that. You can easily delete these as well. So once I choose my energy, again, 9 MeV for this one. My field sizes, I want to do for this just a 10 by 10. Scan types, this is only depth because you're only using the 1D, and the 3D give you the choice of either profiles or depths. And then the scan mode. And the scan mode, what it does, this is where you can choose that forced point at Dmax. You can choose your different zone starts. This one I just want to go down to 9 centimeters since we're doing electrons. Resolution, you can set that as well. You also have the ability to choose your zone. So right now I just have this set up for a single zone. So the whole resolution is 2 millimeters per second on there. If I wanted to choose multiple, I can set different zones for, if I wanted to have a higher resolution in the Dmax region, I can set that up and then have maybe a looser resolution in the lower regions. For this case, I just want to maybe stick with single. So I can save that. You can see all my components here now are complete, so I'm ready to save that and move on. So that's all there is really in the setup component of the software. In the measure, this is kind of where you obviously do your measurements. So basically, similarly, you have your things configured here. Components that are gray and grayed out are not set yet, so we need to set those up. So dose rates, you can set up your MU per minute very easily. You can choose your settling time and your sample times for your scans as well. The water phantom, we have a built-in capability to do demo measurements, so I'm going to set that up for my demo 1D with my Max. I connect that, and then I can initialize my water phantom. And that'll just take you up to the set origin, to the threshold at the top of the scanner. You can set those origins however you want, though, after the fact. Choose my detectors. In this case, I want to use an X-ray and A28. Since it's a Max, I don't have a reference detector, so I do not have to use a reference detector. Setting up my electrometer. I choose my electrometer. I'm using my Max 4000. I want to zero that. Once I zero it, then I can apply my bias. And maybe 300 bias there. So I've got that ready. And now you can see that all my components here are blue, and I'm ready to scan. So I can set my queue up, load that queue I just made, that test set, enter that in. I'm just going to have a single scan with that one because I only set up for a single scan. But very easily you can do full scan sets of different depths and energies as you had seen when I set up the scan. Just telling you to give you a check on the dose rate, make sure your settings there are correct. They were. And I can zero the electrometer from here. I can do my normalization as well. So I can go to that position and I can normalize at that position. And then I am normalized and ready to scan. So click my start there. You get a nice green noting that is the active scan. Once it gets going, you'll see it's also gives you a percentage of completion. So, and then at the end, if you have things to set, if you need to change an energy or a field size, you get an audible ding and a dialog box saying that something needs to be adjusted. So you get, when you do hear that ding, you can jump back into the measure page. But the nice thing about our software too is while this is measuring, I can jump into the analyze page. And I can even start, as long as the scan is complete, I can go ahead and I can take a look at a couple of my scans. You can see here, you've got my scans I've done previously. You've got a number of different filters you can use. You've got a couple smoothing filters. You've got the Gaussian and a boxcar smoothing. You've got the ability to do a point edit. You can normalize to a specific value or a max or at a specific depth. You've got the ability to do your shifts. And then you can also convert those to dose. These have already been converted, but there is the ability to clear those filters. So if I want to go back to my ion reading, I can do that, and you can see here that it's changed back to ions. If I want to actually do that dose convert again, it will automatically do that. You can choose your protocol. We've got either TRS-398 or the TG51 protocols. And when you put that chamber diameter in at the setup page for this particular detector, it remembers that, and it will give you that specific chamber drop necessary. So I can go ahead and change those to doses. You can see there. You can export those to any number of types of situations here. You can export them to any number of treatment planning systems, Eclipse or Monaco, Elective's QA platform, Aqua, Pinnacle, Research. We're working on the CyberKnife now. That will be available in the next version that we're working on now. As you can see, it's marked. Can't see it now, but behind this dialog box is showing that I'm using a beta package. But then you can also export them to CSV. You can make your PDD tables. You can do TAPR. So you've got the full functionality of your exports as well. And you probably heard that that audible ding. That's just indicating that that our scan has completed here. So now if I wanted to go back into Analyze and I want to add a scan, you'll see that that scan down at the bottom here that I did today on the 17th is there, and I can add that into there if I want to. Has the ability to kind of zoom in. It's all those tools are there. You can kind of zoom in. You can easily go back to home. You can always, if you do have any filters on, you can show raw data as well. So now I'm showing my my ion scan and my dose converted scan. Something else we're working on, the ability to set reference scans. So you can kind of, that's coming up in the new version as well, in the 3.1 version. That will give you the ability to set reference scans, and then down the road you can compare those almost to a baseline, being the reference scan. So you have the ability to check those against reference as you see if there's any changes in your system over time. So just some functionality there that kind of opens things up. Like I said, you can export. You can also import previous scans, not only DoseView scans from another system, but you have the ability to import scans from legacy systems. If you have, say, an IVA tank or an old PTW tank that you want to bring things in and do some comparisons, you have that ability as well. Your reports are generated right now as CSV files for all your measurements. We're working probably not the next version, but the version after, to have kind of more capabilities within the reports, say PDF reports, things like that. But gives you a full functionality of the system for doing your depth scans. I'm going to jump back to measure here. Another functionality, let me clear that. Another functionality we've got is the single point measurements. And for the single point measurements, you can do a number of different types of, you can do timed, you can do triggered, or you can do continuous measurements. You can choose, for example, in time, you can choose your duration and then how many repetitions you want of that specific scan, or a specific measurement, I should say. You can move your position to whatever position you want to do. If I want to go to Dmax for this energy, I can go to that position. It'll move the phantom, and you can see up here that it shows you where that location is. It shows your rate and charge for your field detector as well. At point measurement, like I said, I want to do 9 MeV. I want to choose my field size, so I want to do maybe a 10 by 10. Enter your temperature, enter your pressure. You can zero my electrometer from here again. And then once that's zeroed, I can go ahead and make my measurements, and it'll give you those measurements as you can see here. And then you can export those point measurements right to CSV when they're complete. You can start a new point set, You can save this point set. You have that functionality available to you also in the Analyze page, so I can bring those up as well. So you can see those there. There's my demo set that I did today. Actually, nope, those were from last year, sorry, that I brought up. But it has all that data information. You can export that to CSV as well. So you can see that it's a very easy, very quick software to use. This kind of went through everything pretty quickly in about 20 minutes for you. So you'll see that it's definitely we wanted to make it not only comprehensive but intuitive to use as well, with a very easy interface. So you don't have to go and relearn things as you have to kind of redo your measurements. So that's kind of what we've got for the DoseView 1D software. And let me kind of jump back now to, so basically, quick summary, easy left to right, top to bottom navigation, quick queue setup with something I didn't mention, but there's easy copy and editing functions. So you can copy a scan queue, change one component or multiple components within that copy. Say if you want to use the same scan set for your different energies, 6 MeV and 9 MeV, easily edit that to and save that as a second set without having to go back through the full procedure. Again, no hidden features. Everything's kind of at your fingertips. And I have to say the step and continuous. It only does step for the depth dose. This continuous is actually for the 3D. So I need to change that in the PowerPoint here. But you get your full export generation of your PDD tables. You have the import functionality from other scanning systems, and very straightforward post-scan processing and metrics as well. But like I said, this is today was just a plan to do a quick overview of the software. If you want to see a more in-depth and have more in-depth questions, I can certainly feel free to jump onto our website. You can find more information there. You can sign up for webinars. You can find out who your regional representative is to contact them directly to set something up. Or you can just contact either myself, H. Peterson at standardimaging.com, or sales@standardimaging.com, and that will get directed to the correct regional rep, and then they can get in touch with me and we can set something up with you as well. But that's what I've got today. Let me take a peek here if there's any questions. Oh yes, and that's actually someone is. Sorry, I did not mention the metrics, but it does give you your measurement point for things like your R50 and your Dmax and things like that. So that is indeed part of the system, and that's something we can certainly touch on in a deeper dive into the software if interested. But other than that, if there's any other questions, I'll hang around for a couple minutes. And if not, I thank you all very much for your time, and feel free to let us know if you need anything further. Thanks very much.